Welcome to Coach's Corner, Cav fans. Thanks for joining me and the Cavs here on another Tuesday evening, and thankfully I'm still talking to you because that means we're in the playoffs and looking forward to the challenge of Cincinnati Deer Park coming to town on Friday night. Side note to that, it is a 7 o'clock start, which is really good. I like that. Less dead time in between school and the game, and I guess get us all home a little bit earlier. So, recap of the Marion game last week, and unfortunately for the fourth week in a row, we had rain, and it rained steady the whole game, and a little bit of wind, and so unfortunately our field is not in great shape right now either. So it was quite an interesting, between the field, the rain, the wet, and the competitiveness of the games. It made it really interesting. Certainly it was a heck of a game. We came out on top 26-20, if you haven't followed it, in double overtime. And so it was a tale, I guess, of, like the paper said, two halves. Marion turned the ball over, I think, 4 times the first half, and we sort of took advantage, I guess, and then got up 20-0. Really felt like we should have had, excuse me, maybe another score or two, to be honest with you, or maybe we got a couple field goals and felt like could have had some touchdowns there. But the first half was we played well. Defensively, we played well. We obviously shut them out, and a couple of those were due to the turnovers, but played hard, played well, stopped the run, and so we felt really good at halftime, obviously. But we knew that Marion's not going to go away. They're not state champs and league champs for because they go in the tank or quit or something like that. So they came out and played well the second half. We played okay. We played fairly well. We moved the ball a little bit, got some first downs, but we couldn't sustain it. Unfortunately, the opening kickoff of the second half, we had a block in the back and got pinned back on the 5, and that kind of started the opposite of the first half with the field position. And they took advantage of that, and certainly then in the fourth quarter, they had a couple good drives there and scored, and to put it into overtime. And then the overtime was just, an up and down set of highs and lows for both teams. We came out and got a first down, and then we got a tip ball, and their defensive end made a great play, tipped the ball, and then actually caught it and fell down. So it wasn't looking good at that point. And then fortunately for us, they had about a 3rd and 5 on about the 5-yard line, and we picked one off to get it into the second overtime. And so then in overtime, you flip-flop who has the ball first. So Marion had the ball again, and they got down to the 1, and they had a lineman flinch a little bit and got it back to the 6, and then we stopped them on 3rd down, and then they were kicking a field goal from the hash, and it just was a little bit wide left. I think he kicked it fairly well, but he kicked it straight, and so it was outside the goalpost. So of course then we need to score. We need to somehow get a score, and Cole Frilling, we made a quick step through it to Cole, and Alex May made a really nice block, got down, we got about 8 yards, and then Ben Wenning ran one up the middle and took it down to the 1, and then Ben took it in off the left side there for the winning touchdown. And so it was certainly an exciting game for everybody, and unfortunately with the rain, it probably kept some people away. But a really, really good win for us to end the season and the regular season and make you feel good about the playoffs, and just kind of get, we call it mojo, get our mojo back and feeling good. We came out of it relatively healthy. Unfortunately, Evan Dysert, our nose guard, he didn't really know it. We didn't know it till Monday. He has a concussion and will miss this week. And hopefully, if we can get a victory here, he can return next week. We'll see. We don't mess around with those concussions or head injuries. So hopefully Evan will come back. So we move on to Cincinnati Deer Park this week. We've never played them in football, I don't believe. So they come in at 7-3. They're in a pretty good league with a really good Wyoming team, and Madeira's been good in the past, and Indian Hill has been really good in the past, and they come in come in at, like I said, at 7-3. They have some really, really good football players. Not a ton of them, and not a lot of depth, but they got 4 or 5 guys that are really good players. They're a really good fullback. That's a maybe a 5'7", 190-pound, quick and strong guy. They got a big multi-purpose guys in the backfield sometimes, plays tight end, plays wide out, and their best defensive player, defensive end, he's 6'6", 240 pounds, who I think has had some Division I offers. So, and he was the center on their undefeated basketball team last year. So they do have some good athletes. They're definitely a run team. They like to run the dive option is their favorite favorite runs. Do not pass much at all. I think they have 35 completions on the year. Defensively, we've seen two different looks. I guess they play a lot of man coverage with a free safety. So that's hopefully we can take some advantage of that. And so we come into the game really hoping to prevent big plays like we always talk about. And then I think the kicking game is in our favor, so we need to take advantage of that. And then hopefully on offense, they haven't seen someone that can do lots of different things like we've been able to do through the course of the year with a lot of different weapons. So hopefully we can take advantage of that. But the game is at 7 o'clock once again, even though it's on Friday night, and it is home. So that's a good thing. Hopefully the rain will stay away finally. So looking forward to the challenge Friday night. Two seniors, my final 2 seniors in the spotlight. T.J. Burrows, number 69, and Galen Bax, number 34. TJ's an interesting young man. He is in lots and lots of activities at school. Unfortunately for him, he hasn't got to play on much on Friday nights. But he keeps coming and has a good positive attitude toward things. But he's an Eagle Scout, and he's involved in a lot of the plays at school, and was the lead role in last year's musical. And he does a whole bunch of different things there. So good for TJ. He's a good student. he just does lots of different things, and fortunately tries to stick with this football thing, and has been a good teammate for our guys, and has just had a good attitude, especially when he hasn't played a whole lot. Galen Bax has come to us, and he's been with us all 6 years. And again, Galen hasn't got to play mainly because of an injury this year. He hurt his spleen in our scrimmage, and wasn't allowed to even dress until last week. So it's been tough for Galen, even though he's had a good attitude. He showed up every day. He all winter long. He was, came to lifting and was trying to get ready for the season, and then unfortunately he got hurt. He's a good track guy. He's a good pole vaulter. So hopefully Galen can come and have a really good spring season with his pole vault. And thanks to those two for sticking with us and hanging out with our team. And hopefully we can get those two in here this game and get them some reps on this last game at Cavalier Stadium for all of our seniors. So again, 7 o'clock Friday, Cavalier Stadium versus Cincinnati Deer Park. Hope to see you there.